Hello viewers, it's Cincy Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast for my segment called the Boruto Review. Like always, I'm gonna be speaking very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good. That means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, before I begin, I know that a lot of people are flipping, if everybody's flipping on this latest episode of Boruto. I know a lot of manga a lot of manga fans are chipping on the chapter this episode is based on. So basically, if you're a manga fan that only reads the manga, you're an anime fan that only watch the anime that Boruto is based on. So basically, once again, I stated before I started this review, I'm a manga slash anime fan. So basically, when I do these reviews on Boruto, I like to read the chapter that each episode is based on. So basically, yes, the chapter this episode is based on did piss me off a bit. So, just to let you guys know, before I do these reviews on Boruto, I like to read the chapter first, then watch the episode that chapter is based on. So basically, this chapter did piss me off. The chapter that this episode is based on did piss me off. So basically, understand. So basically, but I'm gonna do my best to maintain my emotions during this episode, because a lot of people are still fussing out about this. So anyway, with that out of the way. Just to let you guys know, there's a little noise in the background. So basically, neighbors are doing some little work in the yard next door. So basically, it's under my control. So basically, if you wonder what that noise is in the background, that's just my next door. That's just my next door neighbor doing some little work in the background. So basically, there's nothing I can do with this, and plus, this is the only time I can record this podcast. So basically, I had to make this work. I have to make this work either way. So basically, just let you guys know what the noise in the background is. Anyway, let's get into the view of this episode. So basically, Kawaki shows himself father Itsuki after he's threatened to kill Naruto. Itsuki threatened to kill Naruto. If Kawaki doesn't show himself. So basically, Kawaki came out hiding, and walked towards him and whatnot, and they started having a back and forth, like, Itsuki was telling Kawaki he's nothing but a vessel, nothing but a vessel, but Kawaki said that Naruto showed me I could be much more than a vessel for you. So basically they went back and forth. They went back and forth. So basically Itsuki, we gave Kawaki the Commonwealth and just in time too, because he was about to die real quick. So basically he started to fall apart. So basically he managed to get Kawaki the Commonwealth just in time, just in time before he literally fall apart. But turns out turns out when Karaki when he gave Karaki the Commonwealth disappeared. Once he gave Karaki the Commonwealth disappeared from Karaki's body, and he was like, what the hell is going on here? Turns out that Kawaki managed to trick Izuseki by making a shadow clone of himself. So basically, everybody was shocked that Kawaki can make a shadow clone of himself that can fool Izuseki, and Izuseki just literally fall apart and turn into dust. So Itsuki is dead. So basically, Sasuke and Naruto was believed that was that Itsuki is dead. There's no way for Itsuki to be reincarnated, and Karaki was safe from not being a vessel for Itsuki anymore. So basically, everything was okay until Momoshiki took over Boruto's body when Boruto passed out, took control of Boruto's unconscious body. So anyway. So basically, Momoshiki used Boruto's body to stab Sasuke in his eye where the Rinnegan is, and basically took out Sasuke's Rinnegan because just in case they tried to escape and whatnot. So basically, Momoshiki let it know that I've been waiting that Itsuki was a fool. So basically, I'm gonna take out what Izuseki failed to finish. So basically, Clark and everybody say that how you gonna turn the Ten Tail Beast into the Divine Tree? Because Itsuki is dead. There's no more Otsuki members to sacrifice to turn the Ten Tail Beast into the Divine Tree. But according to Momoshiki, even though you don't have the Commonwealth anymore, Karaki, you still had traces of the Commonwealth in your body. So basically, even though he doesn't fully have the Commonwealth anymore, he still had traces of the Commonwealth. So therefore, you still have some Otsuki DNA. You still have some Otsuki DNA in you. So basically, that would be enough for me to sacrifice you to the Ten Tail Beast and turn it into the Divine Tree and eat the chakra fruit that it produced. So basically, Karaki, after explaining that, and also Momoshiki already figure out where the Ten Tail Beast is at, figure out which dimension the Ten Tail Beast is at. So basically, and tried to get Karaki, but Sasuke stepped in and tried to stop Momoshiki. But Sasuke realized something when he did his lightning jutsu to stop Momoshiki, who's inside, who took over Boruto's body. So basically, Sasuke noticed that that Momoshiki could have easily absorbed his lightning attack, but he didn't. So basically, Sasuke figured that since when Boruto went out of chakra and passed out, Momoshiki was able to take over his body. So basically, he figures that Momoshiki figures. So basically, Sasuke figured that long as so basically Momoshiki is scared of absorbing chakra from our attacks because it could wake up Boruto. So basically Sasuke figure out Momoshiki's weakness. So basically, if Momoshiki does absorb any of the chakra attacks, Boruto chakra will will be restored, and he will be able to wake up. So basically, Momoshiki was pissed off that Sasuke figured out that quickly. So basically, being the beast he is, Momoshiki took out Sasuke, and he got Karaki, and basically he was about to take Karaki to the Tintel Beast, etc. And that's when Karaki had no choice but to use 5-star Jutsu on himself. So basically, Karaki with his one hand, his prosthetic arm being dead, right out of chakra. So basically, he uses his one arm to use a fire jutsu on himself to stop Karaki from sacrificing himself to the Tintel Beast. So basically, with no choice, Momoshiki had no choice but to use his exhaustion powers to save Karaki from his fire jutsu that he was using to burn himself to death. And that's when once he saw the fire jutsu of Karaki and saved Karaki from his fire jutsu, and that's when Boruto started to wake up and started to fight Momoshiki, who is in control of his body. So basically, Boruto managed to wake up and managed to gain control of his body from Momoshiki again, and that's when Boruto passed, laid beside Karaki, telling him thank you for the help, brother, calling themselves brothers and whatnot. So basically, thanking each other for helping them out and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, Naruto was happy to see that that Karaki and Boruto was okay, and that's when Naruto passed out, and he had a final conversation with Kuma, the Nine-Tailed Fox. So basically, Naruto figured that he was dying and whatnot. He thought he was dying and whatnot, and and Kuma was telling him that I talked to Karaki one time while you was asleep and whatnot. So basically, having the conversation. So basically, Naruto figured that the power that Kuma gave him, that chakra fusion power that he gave him, or the burying mode, that's what they called it, the burying mode power up that Kuma gave him. Figured that by using it, he figured that he's gonna die. So basically, he was saying goodbye to Kuma. But Kuma, we stated that yes, the burying mode is a last-ditch effort, but I never say you will be dying from it. So basically, it turns out that Kuma himself is the one who is dying, not Naruto. So basically, he's saying that by giving you that power up, therefore it changed my lifespan. So basically, I'm about to die. So basically, Naruto was shocked because he thought he was the one dying, not the Nine-Tailed Fox from that burying mode power. So basically, Kuma said his goodbye to Naruto. He said, even though at first I hated you at first, being in your body at first, I grow to love you. All that sappy stuff, and basically. Kuma said goodbye to Naruto. It was a heartfelt goodbye. So basically, and Naruto just watched Kuma fade away, into little fleckers of flame, just slowly fade, this quickly dissolve and fade away. So basically, Naruto is now heartbroken that Kuma, but before it's gone, but before Kumar faded away, he told Naruto that you're not without me anymore. You're not a superhuman anymore. So basically, you have to be more careful now. So basically, Naruto is not superhuman anymore. So basically, he can easily be hurt now, and plus he doesn't have his superhuman strength anymore that Kumar gave him and whatnot. So basically, Naruto is not superhuman anymore. He doesn't have any quick healing powers anymore. Thanks to the Nine-Tailed Fox Kumar. So basically, he was warning him that now you have to be more careful now. So basically, if you're gonna be in the afterlife with me, you're gonna be in the afterlife with me. So basically, telling Naruto now why my powers, you're not a superhuman anymore. So basically, you have to be more careful now, or else you're gonna be in the afterlife with me. You're gonna be joining me in the afterlife. So anyway, once Kuma said that, he faded away, and Naruto cried, and he got woken up by Boruto thought that he thought it much way that he thought it was dying, but he was just okay. He just passed out and had a final conversation with Kuma, the Nine-Tailed Fox, and this is how the episode ended with credits of Naruto and Kuma, with clips from Naruto and Kuma, and this episode ended with quick Naruto and Kuma, of the journey from being enemies to friends, and that's how the episode ended. So anyway, I know that a lot of people are pissed off of the chapters this episode is, that this episode is based off, but it is what it is. I know that a lot of people are saying this, saying this, saying that, but as of right now, it is what it is. So basically, for right now, we just have to take this chapter and the chapter this episode is based on to what it is. So basically, even though I don't agree with this the chapter this episode is based on, but we have to take it to what it is. So anyway, what you guys do? I'm not gonna even ask what you guys think about this episode, because it's already. I'm not gonna even ask you what you guys think about this episode, because I already know a lot of fans' response to. I already know a lot of fans' response to this episode is going to be. So anyway, like always, it's Sincere Michael for Screen Review. Signing off. 1,